It's easier than reading all that red line.
Oh, it's on the back.
Oh, good, okay.
Yeah, very good. Content posted period.
On page 32 of 32. Okay. Oh, yeah, I see. Do you see it? It's three lines, the third line from the top. And it says, related to the content posted, and then there's a period, and it says by customers. That period just needs to come out.
Yep. I see it.
Oh, thank you for finding that. I was thinking, maybe I dreamed it.
And we were just talking about, we've never not had a quorum.
I know.
Yeah.
Are you sure that Linda said she was coming?
Linda?
A quorum now.
We've got a quorum.
2 minutes after is what my daughter is. Oh, you're fine, you're fine.
Your call.
All right, I'll wait 1 moment.
Give us time to look through the sheet.
Okay, I'm gonna call the meeting to order. All right, are you the, minutes keeper, Jerry?
Actually, Brooke is this.
Brooke is,
Oh, yes,
okay, so Brooke, you can see who is here. let's go to the minutes. Let's consider approval of the minutes of the last meeting.
I make a motion, we approve.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, the minutes have been approved as they are presented. And now we're ready for the library director's report, which we have in front of us.
Okay, yes, and I'm really excited about this youth astronaut program that we are bringing to the library. We actually have 2 staff members, myself and Mark, who does a lot of the stuff in our makerspace, are currently taking the classes to understand what we're doing and be able to facilitate this program. It is for youth 5th through 9th grade. We will be able to run multiple cohorts of it, multiple sessions. It is a longer program, so like it's 10 hours a minimum. So it'll be broken up over sections, and we can expand that as well. But this is, youth get an opportunity to request images from telescopes used by the Center for Astrophysics at Harvard and the Smithsonian. And then they get to learn how to manipulate those pictures so that you can see something. Because sometimes when you take a picture of the night sky, very, very far away, first it just looks like a dark black picture with maybe some little dots in it. And so then you have to work with that picture and bring out the information. And it's very, very cool. This one is one that I did with almost no information other than like the first class that I went to. And so I think it will be very exciting for young people who are into either astrophotography or the solar system, digitally manipulating photographs, because you're working with the different pixels and how to bring out the information. So I'm really excited.
This is exciting.
Yeah, and we'll be able to do multiple sessions, and we want to make sure that we do one during this whole day for students that are in a homeschool situation, so that we can bring that cohort in. And then also be able to do one on the weekends, so it'll be several Saturdays in a row for kids that are in a brick and mortar school, and we'll be able to do it multiple times. So, and it will end with a capstone project that then we get to display in the library for at least a period of time.
Okay, that'll be neat.
Yeah, whether it's and it'll be interesting to see what kids want to do, but it could be as as simple as here's a poster board of the picture that I took and how it got changed, and so I'm excited about that.
Do they get to go and look through a telescope and all?
I'm hoping that we get to partner with Dusty Hugaboom over at the high school to go and look through the telescope. We do have that capability at Enid High, so I would love to work with Enid High.
I bet he'd be excited.
I bet he would. Yeah.
So that's.
Yeah, so there's a couple of options that I would love to be able to connect that with. I think it's also a really neat opportunity to sort of be able to connect that to. We have a street named Owen K. Garriott, because somebody from Enid went to space, and I think sometimes, I think that sometimes, especially younger people, they may not know that that's that connection. Like, why is Garriott called Garriott? And so I think to be able to tie that all in is really cool. So I'm excited about that.
Gary, I know I'm running late. Are there going to be set sessions for these, or is it just students?
It's going to be set sections. So we're going to start a session so that we can show kids how to request the software. They'll be in a class setting, so they'll be able to request pictures, and then it's at least it's about 24 hours before they get them back, because you request it at 2:00 in the afternoon, they have to take it at night. And then they'll be able to come back and work with the photos. And so it'll be multiple sessions, and we'll set it as a specific session.
Okay. So people will be able to download the software and they can make their own requests?
Yeah, it's like a fully online interface, so they'll be able to access it here, and then they'll be able to go home and log into that same website and request more photos, and I'm hoping that they get in there and request photos so much, that like,
Verify the age.
they have to verify the age through us, fit through 90, I don't know, right? I don't know if you got a grandchild that you wanna, but I mean, like, I have had a lot of fun just requesting the photos and seeing the difference, and like sometimes you request photos and you get sort of like this gray thing back because it was cloudy that night. You know, I mean, so you just go in and you just keep requesting the same photos over and over, and you get to see how it's, you know, different, and
Maybe we could set up kind of reverse adoption process for a fifth or ninth grader to adopt an adult.
yeah. Yeah, and like, I'm like, okay, how do we bring this also to adults? Because it's pretty cool. And I'm hoping that kids get excited about it as much as the adults that I know. Because every adult I talk to is like, this is really cool. And I'm like, okay, to see the fifth through ninth graders to also think that's cool.
So you're gonna talk to the schools or?
No, we're definitely gonna try to make an attempt to go talk to like science teachers at the schools.
Great.
It is fifth through ninth grade, so it cuts off at freshmen. But, so we definitely talk to the middle schools, try to talk to some fifth grade classes.
How many students do you think you can accommodate?
We have 10 Chromebooks, and we can do multiple sessions of this. So,
Potentially.
So if you get more people to sign up, then you'll be able to get it up to more?
yeah, I mean, if I end up with a wait list of people, then we'll do another session. And they say that you need at least one device for 2 people, so like we could do as much as 20. I think it's more fun if you have your own device. But yeah, so I'm excited about the idea of multiple sessions, and we can do this.
Is there like a window that you're working with?
Is this a start and stop program or is this an ongoing?
It can be it's an ongoing.
So the kids all have Chromebooks in the school anyway, so could they use those also?
They could.
And then that way.
Right, but I just want to make sure that we have like a small enough class that we can facilitate it. Right, you know, so I'm excited about the idea that we could have a during the day session and then a weekend session, and split it up. And we both have 2 more classes that we have to go through, something about the light and then like actually how you institute the thing, and it has like a complete curriculum, which is helpful for me because I think that picture is really cool and I can tell you what pixels are. But much beyond that, I start to get lost in the science, but they have like a full curriculum that we get to use. So I think it's pretty exciting.
That's great.
Is there a website? Is there somewhere we can go just to kind of do our own? Just to see what it's
Yeah,
about?
if you Google Youth Astronet,
Just find that.
yep, and it'll be the Center for Astrophysics. And there's like some YouTube videos about like, so yeah, there's all kinds of info about how to do that. Yeah, and it is part of a research program, so there's a pre-survey, like before you start, how much do you think of yourself as a science person, then after, because they're hoping that being able to get hands-on experience with this kind of stuff helps kids see themselves as a science person. Yeah. And then sort of on the other side of that education spectrum, we have a graduation ceremony coming up. I'm very excited. We have 5 people have graduated from online high school. These are adults who, in addition to all of their regular activities, like taking care of kids and going to work, have completed the classwork to finish their high school degree, their high school diploma. We are going to have a graduation ceremony on January 29th. This is the first actual graduation, cap and gown, the whole 9 yards. And we're hoping it's the first of many graduations. We do have to figure out how we get more money for that program. All of the grant funding has been expended. It is about $1,100 per scholarship. So we are going to start a campaign to see if we can find ways to raise money to get adult in Garfield County a high school diploma if they're willing to work for it. It is a work for it thing. We've had, I think, 3 attempt the program and not complete it. So like it is that they have to work for it. And it is difficult if you, I mean, just like when you went through high school and you're learning new things, they're learning new things. There is a public speaking class that you have to take, there is English, there is math, there is science, there is social studies. So it is legitimately high school. You can transfer in some credits, so if you have some of your high school credits, but you do have to take a certain amount through them to prove that you're doing it. But we're very excited to be able to have a graduation ceremony here. You are all, of course, invited to the graduation ceremony if you would like to attend on January 29th at 6 o'clock right here in this room.
That's great.
Yeah.
Terry, it says that there's some grant funds available through the Department of Libraries. Do you think that, as more people are wanting to participate, that there's any possibility that those grant, I don't know where the grants come from, but that there would be more money available in those?
That original grant was through the Oklahoma Office of Workforce Development. And I know that ODL is trying to continue to see if we can get more funds for that.
Yeah,
But as of right now, there's
that's it. Okay, just curious.
not through that program, no. We have had some individual donors donate for at least 1 or 2 of those scholarships. So I would love to have some more. I think that would be a great way for local businesses to support local people doing things that then leads to further development. Statistically, if you have a more educated workforce, you have people that want to come and bring their business to you in your town. So I think that it all sort of plays in. It's good for Enid to have people get through this. Also, it's good for individuals to take on this task and successfully complete it. I don't know about you, but I remember high school being stressful enough when I was doing it in high school, let alone trying to do that then as an adult with adult responsibilities like doing the dishes and folding the laundry and mowing the grass and making sure that kids get fed and, you know, like, and then on top of all of that, also, yeah, science. So I think it's a huge achievement, and I think it's really good for people to be able to take that on and successfully navigate that. I think it's a huge ego boost and, you know, a confidence builder.
Well, it's wonderful all the way around.
Yeah.
It's a great achievement for those people. It's great for our community, as you said. And congratulations to those people. And I hope the newspaper comes and gets pictures of those graduates if they are willing to be photographed, because I think that's fabulous.
Yeah, yeah.
And it also motivate others. to be-
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
The NEA got funded for some new grants and things like that. Tom Sullivan was voted. And so, that might be a possibility. I don't get to who's it all for, but I don't have.
Yeah. And there's lots of grant opportunities available. We just need to be able to go and look for them.
But I would almost think that you could go to individual businesses and ask for that, because just as you said, that is certainly good for our workforce and for our community as a whole. So, yeah, I think, yeah, good.
Then this special January edition of PLEGC by the numbers, these are our annual numbers for the calendar year. We have been incredibly busy. That $1,172,342.54 is how much the community saved by checking out physical items. That doesn't include any of those digital items. It also does not include how much money is saved by doing things like coming to library programs that are free and using our computers that are free. So that's a lot of money that is being saved by our community that can go back into our community in various ways. A lot of physical circulations, 95,000 items circulated, physical items. That 22,000 Hoopla and 56,000 Oklahoma Virtual Library, those are both digital platforms. That's a lot of circulations. That's a lot of people reading and getting information and enjoying literature. On the back, you can see our 1,694 new library cards. 1,111 of those are adults, 300 are youth. You can see the youth restricted and the children's only cards. It looks like by doing that, our community really appreciated it and is utilizing those different tiers. So I'm glad that we did that. There are 3 institution cards and 1 internal access. That is, actually, that's the IT department now has a library card that they can check out some of our stuff if they need it from time to time, because we have so many great computer resources. And then just the number of programs that we present. Our programmers and our staff put on programs at a level like a system. They are incredibly busy, they work incredibly hard, and it takes the whole team to do that. So I am incredibly proud of them.
Well, you mentioned the 1,111 adult cards. Would these be new people or those were the ones that had to get a new card because died?
No, those are new cards. So that's not renewals, that's a new card.
Do you have the breakdown of how many of those live in Enid versus just?
I do not. We could try to pull that. But also, I'm about to ask you to make some changes to who all can get library cards. Because I will tell you, some of those don't live in the state of Oklahoma. And I think we need to address that.
Seems like a good segue.
I was gonna say, unless there's any other questions, I think that's a great segue.
I just want to make my continual accolade that you have incredible programming. My complaint is I just am not sure we always get the word out as much as needs to be. And I know you use every available avenue to do that, but I always wonder, and I'm just kind of thinking out loud here, perhaps this isn't the place to do that, but would it be possible to have a column or a section of the newspaper every couple of weeks or every month to say what's going on in the library? And I know people don't read, a lot of people do not read the newspaper, but some older people read the newspaper and tell their grandchildren and children what's in the newspaper.
Well, I was here this weekend for the introduction to had to do with investing 101.
Oh, yeah.
And there were at least 3 people that were here because they saw it in the paper.
Wow.
So, like, the paper is a good place to advertise.
Enid Buzz is another good place.
Well, and
Yeah.
and I know you're on Facebook and I know that, but I just wish there was another way, and I don't know what it is.
And part of our question is, what are those ways?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not getting my news from Facebook. Like, if I didn't work here, I don't know how I would know what's going on, because I don't get my news from Facebook and I don't read the newspaper, and so I would have to be somebody telling me.
Yeah, well, it's mostly word of mouth anyway, so
I mean,
I get that.
Word of mouth is always the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and we are continually looking into ways to do that. Every once in a while, we'll put stuff on the side of the city buses. Those actually get seen. People call me and tell me, hey, call your ad on the side of the bus, which is great.
Yeah.
We have, on our computers now, we have a way to pop up on the side before you log in, a news feed that'll tell you something that's coming up. So we're working on that. We do the monthly magazine, we email that out. So if you have suggestions about how you get your information, please let us know, because I would be happy to find more ways to contact people. And I think it's very segmented to who's where, who gets their information from which platform or whatever, so you have to do multiples.
Well, and I often tell people that you're available to do programs because you've done a program at an organization I belong to, and it was great. And people there did not know some of the information that you presented, and so.
Anytime there is a civic group that wants to hear about the library, myself or somebody else is happy to come to a meeting and to tell folks about the library.
Right, and I think that's a really good PR thing. So, okay, I'm sorry. Like,
Before you do it,
Yeah.
it was a great segue, we should have done it, we didn't, so.
No,
So I'll
you
derail
tried.
again and just say that, you know, the report, last year, you know, every time I see this report, it's always remarkable, and I just want to congratulate you and the library and all the people who work here on just, you know, doing a fantastic job. And just make sure you guys know that we all really appreciate it, so.
Right.
well, thank you, I appreciate that.
So now we can segue.
Anybody who is in the area is always welcome to come to programs. But we do need to look at the circulation services policy. One of the big things is previously it said any individual with identification and proof of an address is eligible for a library card. No qualifications about Enid, Garfield County, Oklahoma, just if you're a person with proof of an address, you can have a library card. We were talking about Hoopla, and it is a pay by the checkout. So if we are issuing library cards to people who do not live or work in Garfield County, they are able to check out stuff on Hoopla, and it does cost us. And so Hoopla is getting to a point where it's costing enough that we're trying to decide whether or not we need to reduce how many borrows people can get. And it seems to me that it would be better to reduce the number of people borrowing from outside of our community than reduce the services to our community.
I'm assuming that became a problem. Like, there's actually people doing this, right?
Yes. That's a great question. I would have to look. I know that I just saw a renewal for somebody who lives in California.
Okay, so if they were in close to or in Garfield County,
We say live or work in Garfield County. In my opinion, if you live in, you know, like one of the neighboring counties, but you work in Garfield County, you probably do your shopping or a lot of it in Garfield County. And that's how the library is funded, based on the sales tax. And if you're shopping in Garfield County, you're probably shopping in Enid. And so that's how our thing gets funded. So I think that if you live or work in Garfield County, you should probably be able
I'm
to.
kind of thinking about some of these people who don't have libraries in their towns,
Mhm.
like northern Oklahoma, little towns. And I would hate to cut off any education in that way. Although I am 24.
So we knocked it down.
So if we're talking about, you know, your Libby checkout, you know, and that's part of it, right? So like if with Libby, if there is a long list of people waiting for the book, that's longer that everybody's waiting for it. I mean, and it's a difficult thing for somebody who's like, I just want people to be able to read, right? I mean, like I just want people to be able to read, but I don't want your wait to be longer because somebody in California has 4 library cards. I have multiple library cards. I only use ours, but I do have multiple.
We need to widen to Oklahoma. I mean, is that too much? Or, I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean,
I don't-
This little area here, we've got green country and.
Right. If we just went to Oklahoma, that's a lot.
Oh, I don't know, does it? I mean, you have the one from California.
I mean, there could be.
I think that's a simple question. So how many people are actually not residing and working here?
So what's the burden?
Right. Okay.
I did look up how many counties have libraries in Oklahoma, and they say most counties, now that's not all, but that's most, have public library systems or services, or operate a multi-county system. Just look that up. Provide, the Oklahoma.gov provides a locator for 200 plus sites that are organized into 8 systems. I don't know what all, but there are, most counties have a library system.
Most counties have a library system, and some of those libraries are as big as this room.
That's true, and we do a lot of interlibrary library, those with the, yeah, some of the, I don't know if it was in here, because it's in the annual report that goes to the city that they're getting ready to do. We do a lot of interlibrary.
I live in a small town.
Yeah.
This is starvation.
Mm-hmm.
They might have 2 cans of green beans on the shelf, but a sign that said, if you don't have it, you don't need it.
I've been in those towns. I've been in towns that didn't have a grocery store anymore. The town that my grandmother lived in no longer has a grocery store, still has its Carnegie Library. But yeah, I don't want to deny access to people who need access to libraries. So it's a conundrum. I like the idea of live or work in Garfield County. That means that you're coming here.
Is it possible to have it where if they didn't live and work in Garfield County or an adjacent county that doesn't have a library system, they could still get a card for a fee? I know with some of the larger systems in California and Dallas, things like that, like if you want a digital library card, you can pay an annual fee and they'll let you check out books. Would that be something you would consider doing?
We could. I know that there is a restriction with the Oklahoma Virtual Library that's levied that we're supposed to contain it to people in our service area. So automatically, if you're outside Oklahoma, you don't get levied. So we could look at something like that. I don't know at the moment what we would charge for that.
My search shows that there is some form of library, but some Oklahoma City. So if that's the case, then your verbiage is correct, and you can sign up for the local library and still access the resources through the library.
Interlibrary.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree with what you're saying, is we are with Garfield County in public library, so it makes sense that we would limit our access to them. So I would go ahead and move to accept the changes for 3.1.
4.1? Are we over there?
Okay, sorry, so it's section 4.1, circulation services is section 3 of the policy. And I don't know if you want to go one by one, or if you want to just do.
I just have actually comments for both sections in this format. And this is very minor, but 3.7, title with nothing below it, usually like put it to the next page.
Yeah,
That kind of
no, I agree with you on that.
I guess we need to take, if we're going, do you need for us to approve each segment of this, or can we, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, you could
Okay.
do section 3, circulation services approved as, or, with changes, or.
Well, give us a minute maybe to look through, or does anyone have questions about the rest of this in the circulation services portion?
One thing I didn't like is having to renew your card every 3 years.
But then you end up with people that are,
And the Oklahoma Department of Libraries requires us to have some system to keep those numbers current. We do have people that have passed away, that have moved away, that at some point, they're not using their library card anymore. It should expire and no longer be considered a current.
if someone walks up And, oh, they want to, the library card's expired, they just renew it right then anyway, right?
It's about,
I don't know, so you have to come down here to do it, you're just getting the ball on your phone.
for me, it's not an issue, I still like, it's,
We like to see your face, Linda. We like you to come down here and say, we do my card.
That's what it is, it's just a trap.
Okay, good try.
And then you can pick up a calendar and a monthly magazine and find out what all's going on.
Find out about all these new programs.
And that's how we're gonna get more people in. They're gonna come in, see the calendar, you walk in the door, or we try to.
And we've been having, I mean, because I know like I haven't renewed mine already since I've been here.
Yeah, that's,
How
that,
do people from out of state, do they just not renew then?
or they call or email.
You can do it over the phone and stuff.
So you could call us, Linda, but we like it when you come in.
The tree comes.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll change my motion since it was second. It's say to accept circulation service draft as presented.
Yeah.
Just had a minor formatting change.
Then my motion to include minor.
I second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any more discussion?
It's one of those ODL things. 3 is the max we can go.
All right,
We tried to make it convenient, but
all right.
There is a reason why they need to keep the numbers accurate. Funding and
Sure.
state, so that's why.
All right.
And if you were desperate, if you call, period.
Yeah.
I mean, you can call the desk and they'll do it too.
Okay, ready to vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, then we have passed the circulation services portion of the policy as presented. And we will go on to look at the computer services portion of business.
There, I have a few, formatting ones on this one.
Yeah.
I'll just start going through it, okay.
And I know that it's like, it's not the same word, so it will be the same.
Yeah, so like in 4.4, I mean, this is minor, right, but just, you have a dot, and then that sentence ends with a dot, a period.
I think that's the same one we got.
And then second, like the following page, 4.6, is prohibited activities include, colon, it's the same, but then it's a,
Yes.
anyway, just make it all the same, you know.
Which do you prefer? Okay.
I think it's just minor, but,
Yeah, I think this
and then,
is.
the same thing with like, library staff cannot, the same page, page 21. Library staff cannot assist with, and then those are all 4 dots, 4 bullet points, so, anyway, it's just minor stuff.
Okay.
On the very last page, it's down, maybe someone's getting tired. So on page 24, I found a couple things here, in parentheses, kind of in the middle of the paragraph, including the term. No, that's actually the very last sentence. If an individual is not, so probably just if an individual. Oh, apostrophe S. And there was one more, just,
The period.
oh yeah, there's an extra period after posted.
Okay.
I understand. That's all I saw.
Thank you for catching them.
Yeah.
Do you want to just kind of summarize what changes you're making and why?
Sure.
Or you just kind of,
Yeah, a lot of this, I think, was mostly bringing language to what we do. There was some verbosity that was unnecessary. Things like available in hardware configurations that are affordable. Okay, well, it's technology we can afford. Like within the budget that can be managed, so there was a lot of just extra wording that we thought it was better to make it shorter if we could make it more concise.
And a lot of redundancy.
There was a lot of redundancy.
yeah, things that were referenced out of elsewhere.
Right, or just repeated over and over and over. If you stick your thumb drive in our computers, we're not responsible for, what happens to your thumb drive. If you borrow a computer from us, we're not responsible for what happens, with your equipment. If you borrow it,
It's common sense.
Right, and, you know, just,
And they did more plain language, kind of
Right.
updated language.
yeah.
Well, that's what I was thinking. So I will motion to accept the computer services draft 2026 as submitted with minor corrections as mentioned by Joseph.
That's it.
Been moved and seconded. Any more discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Okay, takes care of that one. The next thing on the agenda is public comment, like no one has signed up, and, so does anyone have anything? We are, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Once again, congratulations to you and your staff for running the program. It's fantastic for the community, and all motion to adjourn.
I'll say.
Okay. All in favor?